Do you reject knowledge? Have you ever been around someone that said, if I knew now what I knew when I was younger, I would be a better person? But this is the catch to that though. Usually, you had someone in your life that could have told you better, but you rejected that knowledge. And now that you're older, you're deciding to accept the knowledge. Knowledge is there. Knowledge is free, but you have to search for the knowledge. And most of the time when we're younger, there was always someone influential in our life trying to tell us the right thing, but we rejected the knowledge. I remember being younger, having a mother and a father that would tell me certain things. And when they told me these things, I would always look past it like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. And then years later, they was right. And it wasn't that I didn't have the knowledge, it's that I was rejecting the knowledge. So many times in our life, I see so many people reject knowledge. The knowledge is there, but you choose to reject it. Think about this for a second, right? Do you listen when someone knows more than you? Usually, when people are around someone that's extremely intelligent, there's usually someone around that refuses to listen to them, and they're just going to argue against every single thing that person makes. But a lot of times, you're rejecting the knowledge of someone that's way smarter than you. See, one thing I've learned is, when I'm around someone that has knowledge, to be quiet and listen to them, okay? I listen to the knowledge. After I listen to the knowledge, you know what I do? I go back and research the knowledge that they gave me for my own. So I'm going to listen to what you have to say. Then I'm going to go back and do my own research. See, usually what people do, they just reject the knowledge because they don't know if it's true, so they reject it. Instead of, okay, let me listen to you. Let me hear your points of view. After I hear your points of view, I'm going to go and do my own research to figure out if what you're saying makes any sense. But usually people just refuse to listen. Most people lack knowledge because they reject the knowledge. Why are you rejecting the knowledge if it's there? If someone around you knows more, listen to them. If someone has experienced more than you, listen to them. Give them the opportunity. Give them the opportunity. But what do people usually do? They reject the knowledge instead of accepting the knowledge. But usually when you reject knowledge, that comes from a lack of trust. You don't trust the individual that's giving you the knowledge. That's usually what happens. Someone can tell you something, but if they're younger than you, he's younger than me. What do he know? Oh, well, he don't quite look like me, or the presentation that he represents, that he shows me every day. Oh, I don't trust that representation. I don't trust his presentation. I don't trust how he dresses. I don't trust how he looks, how his hair is. So I'm going to reject the knowledge. Sometimes when you're a person that's refused to accept knowledge, that knowledge must be paid for with a steep price. What usually comes with that steep price? Sometimes there's a heartbreak that you have to go through. Sometimes there's a large amount of money that you lose. Sometimes you have to go to jail. Sometimes you have to be punished. You have to get grounded if you're a teenager. See, life gonna throw you all different kind of curveballs and gonna smack you in the face until you understand that there's a steep price to pay. There's a steep price to pay when you decide to not listen and to reject the knowledge. Whenever someone gets scammed, they always get scammed for lack of knowledge. That's how you get scammed. Someone tells you something, right? You decide to trust them. But you don't research what they're telling you. You go along with it. Then what usually happens? They get you for your money. They told you can make so much money if you purchase this product. You trusted them. But you never stop to do your own research. You have to do your own research. And when you have lack of knowledge, you pay for it. See, you pay for lack of knowledge. A lot of people don't understand that. When you don't know something, you pay for it. What do I mean by that? When you see someone that's a plumber, okay? When a person pays them, you know why they're paying them? For the lack of knowledge to do that big job. When you pay a barber to cut your hair, yeah, you can go over your head with a set of clippers, but that barber, he has artwork. He has a skill set to paint a picture on your head. That's what you're paying for, that lack of knowledge, because you didn't go to school like he did. When you go to a doctor, what are you paying for? His knowledge. You're paying for his knowledge, the knowledge that he went to school for to understand the human body. See, we mess ourselves up because we refuse to listen. We have elder. We have the elder that can teach us things. But you know what we do? We reject the elder because we feel like what we're doing now they've never seen. But there's nothing new under the sun. I remember being young and I used to think, my parents don't know what they're talking about. And now that I'm 39 years old, I don't believe that. Now I say, oh, they know what they're talking about. Because pretty much things just get more modern. But things are the same. The same things that was going on in the 1800s, a lot of those things are going now, but they're in a modern way. Same thing that was going on in 1400s, they're going on in a modern way. Things just get modernized. But the rejection of knowledge, and so many people reject knowledge, and another way you reject knowledge is what you choose to listen to. If you choose to listen to foolishness, if you choose to pay attention to foolishness, and you know there's knowledge that's being taught, and you refuse to listen to it, you're rejecting the knowledge. There's several YouTube channels that you can learn from. But are you listening to those or paying attention to those platforms? Or are you paying attention to the foolishness? To the entertainment? To something that you cannot learn from whatsoever? And most people spend their entire lives around foolishness. Your friends. Do you have friends that's smarter than you, or are you the smartest person in the group? Anyone I'm cool with, they're smarter than me. I don't want to be friends with anyone that's not smarter than me. So when you spend your life hanging around people, right, that all they do is scam. All they do is entertain, have fun 24/7, and you accumulate no knowledge from that individual, me personally, I want to get away from that person. Because I'm going to tell you this. If you hang around a fool long enough, I promise you, you will become one. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 in the dream. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everyone for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. I'm out.